Hi, welcome to HoustonFootDoctor.com. Today we're going to teach you how to edit the text and the images on the slideshow. Okay. Just before we start, just to let you know, the slideshow is and does have dimensions of 1,000 by 400, 1,000 pixels by 400 pixels high. So if you add a background image, typically that's the size that you would be looking for in around those dimensions. If you there or greater, if you do size it greater, it will auto fit, but it will clip potentially the top, bottom, or right or left, and you'll have to figure out what looks best. But potentially, if you size your image to fit this slider here at 1,000 by 400 pixels high, it'll fit perfectly in this space. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get in the slider. First thing you want to do is go into your dashboard here, okay, and in the back office, scroll down left here down to Revolution Slider. Okay, just so you know, these office hours here, hotline and contact via email, that is an overlay, but that is not part of the slider. Okay, that actually and those options are accessible through your AIT dashboard, which is here we go right here. And if you want to know exactly where and how to fix that, that's actually was included in a different tutorial in the contact and miscellaneous information tutorial, because this is office hours and contact information. Okay, so let's get into our slider here. You can see here we have three sliders here. We're actually going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and delete this one. The only one that we really need is the home page. Those other sliders were um, test sliders. Okay, and let's go into the home page here, and let's go ahead, and the first thing you want to do is edit slides. Okay, notice here you have 4 slides. Let's go edit the first slide. Okay, here's the slide title. Here's your second slide, your third slide, and your fourth slide. And if you want to add another one, you can add it there. Okay, all these basically the information that's listed here is all basic information. All you really need to do is just change the slide title. Okay, first thing you want to do is come down and change the background image. Now you'll notice there's already one chosen here for this one, and that's the Dr. Jensen photo. Okay, I believe it's this one here, and you would upload a new file here to choose a new background there. Change or choose. So on slide 1, if you wanted to change that, you then would just go ahead and change it here and upload a new file. When it's uploaded, you'll notice here it's disabled. It's actually will show you here what is visible. Okay, and then we have 2 text items here, and these are layers. Okay, they are included here on the layers and timing. The first one that appears is the welcome, and the second one is the Dr. David Jensen. So let's go look at that. Let's refresh the page, and you'll notice here that the let's go refresh one more time. Came kind of fast. All right, the welcome came, and then the Dr. Jensen kind of slid in a little bit second. Okay, now you can actually the welcome. You can actually make this here. Make this 1,000. Okay, and then make this end at, we'll say 9,000. Go ahead and save this, update the slide down here on the bottom left, and refresh. And this with Dr. David Jensen should come in a little bit slower than the first one. There's this first one. There we go. So you saw the welcome came first, and then with Dr. David Jensen came second. Let's look at that again. Boom. There you go. Okay, to kind of give it some depth. Okay, you can change the start and end times here on the timing. Okay, typically if you want to add a new text layer, you basically would go add layer. Okay, and notice it kind of automatically added a layer here. You then would choose a style. It kind of by default chose this style, but if you hit backspace, you'll notice here there's a lot of different styles you can choose. Okay, if you need to edit those styles, you would edit the style here. Okay, and when you're done, you would save the change, and you would save as a variant of it by calling it underscore new. And then this way you can reuse it on your next slide so that all your slides match. So when you create a new slide, you'll notice here that this will actually show up in the list. The one that says large background black new will show up in the list. Now if you need to edit those further, obviously if you want to change the file, the size. So the whole idea here is that you use the defaults, okay, to find something close to what you want. Okay, and then once you found what you want, if it's not exactly what you want, you'll come in and edit the style here and tweak it. okay, to get what you want. Then once you're done with that, save it and save it as a new preset so that you'd have that consistently throughout the board. If you want to delete that layer, you just delete it. Okay, if you want to add a new layer, there you go. You can also add new images, and the same thing. And they actually notice how this automatically showed up here on the layer timing and sorting, so that you could make this 1200, make this appear at 1200. That way it comes in, or 2000, it comes in even later than this right here, so that everything slides in from different directions here. You can also choose the directions that it slides in from. Layer animation. Here we go. You can play with these settings. Okay, and there's some advanced parameters here. You can play with those as well, but primarily the how it slides in and the transitions. You can see short from left, long from top, slides in from the top, skew from the right, skew from the left, and that will determine how it actually comes in on the page. Pretty simple. And then this determines the timing of when it comes in the page, and then this right here just determines the style of how it looks. And then last but not least, all you have to do is just drag the final position that you want it to be in, and it will, if you chose slide in from the right, it'll slide in from the right, and it'll end up right here. If you put it right there, it'll slide in from the right and end up right there, according to the time schedule that you have here. Okay, let's go ahead and delete that layer. Okay, now this layer here, when you click on it, I already have a preset in here. Okay, same thing for this. If you want to make a new one and make sure you match up the text, I have presets here. Just kind of copy those presets and you'll be good to go. You can add video layers, you can add images as well, and you could add just text layers. Okay, and it basically works the same. Same thing with the animation as well as the input and organizing it through the drag and drop system here and the moving system they have listed in here. Once that's done, all you do is come back and click Update Slide, and you're good to go. That's all it takes to add a new slide to your slider. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please contact the manager over your site, and we will either respond with a follow-up video or an email explaining or answering any questions you may have further. Thanks, and have a blessed day.